Today, Oklahoma City will pause to remember the 168 people who were killed on April 19, 1995. And as we reflect on the events following Oklahoma's darkest day, KOCO's Megan Mosley shares one survivor's story, a story of loss, courage, and her will to live.
When the bomb went off, the whole room went red, and slowly everything went slow, and as I was looking, it was 9:02 on the clock.
April 19th, 1995, Dana Bradley, her mother, sister, and two children walk into the Social Security office on the first floor of the Alfred P. Murrah building.
We got in the building, we decided, okay, my sister was gonna help me, the babies were gonna sit in the chair, and my mom was gonna stand in line to wait so that we wouldn't have to wait in line.
Seconds later, everything changed.
All I remember after that is I know I felt myself going through the building. I heard myself going like I was shaking, and I blacked out. And when I came through, I seen myself looking down at myself, and I went back in. It was like, that's horrible.
Dana, buried alive underneath the rubble.
I'm stuck in this coffin with the rest of the floor down on me, on my ankle, and a rebar through my ankle, on my leg and a rebar through my ankle.
What was going through your mind whenever you were sitting there in that rubble?
Oh, I don't even know. My head was just ringing of everything. All I wanted to do was get out. I was scared. I wasn't sure what was going on. I don't know why this was happening.
Around her, the sound of chaos.
I could hear my mom, I could hear my kids screaming, I hear my sisters screaming for help.
And then her own voice joining them.
Firefighters heard me. They said, keep screaming. I said, I'm over here, I'm over here. When they finally came over, they realized that I was in water. The water pipes busted. That's another thing. The cold water pipes busted. And this arm was trapped in ice. The whole thing was in ice with the rock on top of it. This leg was trapped from the floor down.
When rescuers got to her, they delivered an unthinkable choice. To save her life, they'd have to take off her leg.
I said, no, cut my leg off.
Why did you make that decision? Do you remember why? Because
I can always get another leg. I can't replace my life, that option was just not up for me. Cutting my leg was the only choice for me.
And with a pocket knife, they did. But she tells me that wasn't the worst part, because eventually the screaming stopped.
When did you find out what happened to your family members that were with you at the Social Security office?
I kind of already knew, because I heard the rest of the building fall. I heard the rest of the floor falling. And my kids and my mom wasn't screaming anymore.
3-year-old Peachlyn Bradley, 3-month-old Gabrion Bruce, and her mother, Cheryl Hammond.
And whenever you were pulled out of the rubble, what was the first thing that you remembered?
I was in ICU. I remember being in ICU. And they were like avoiding telling me, and I just told them, look, you don't have to. I already know. I know my sister was still alive. I knew my sister was still alive. I heard them rescue her, but I already knew that my mom and my 2 kids are gone.
She and her sister survived. The rest of her family, gone.
How have these last 31 years been not being able to see them grow up?
It's been hard. I always wonder what it's gonna be like. As smart as my daughter was, she would have been in college now. My baby, he was, I could just see him just being a very questioning kid, just very smart too, just very quiet and shy.
Her mother, her inspiration.
My mom, she was, wow, she's a wonderful woman. She was a mother raising 2 girls by herself, working 2 jobs.
And through it all, Dana found something to hold on to.
And over the last 31 years, how have you had the strength to get up and keep pushing every day?
God, God is my strength. God has been my strength even when I was in that building.
How would you describe your story?
Just heroic. Yeah.
Because in the face of evil, Dana Bradley lives to tell her story.
I was the hero for myself. For once in a lifetime, I decided to stand up and decide that I was going to make things better for myself.
Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.